Where are the parents of the Michigan school shooting suspect tonight? James and Jennifer Crumbley face charges of involuntary manslaughter after their son Ethan allegedly killed 4 people and injured 7 others at his high school in Oxford Township, Michigan earlier this week. The FBI and U.S. Marshals have joined the manhunt, and former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer is here to talk about the role of law enforcement. Thank you for joining us tonight, Jennifer. We know the FBI and U.S. Marshals are leading the search for the parents of the suspected shooter. How does the FBI mobilize when organizing a manhunt of this nature?
Well, the most important thing to start with is the authority. So they are going to get an unlawful flight to avoid prosecution warrant. This gives them the nexus from the state charge to the federal charge to start their investigation. They're going to enter both of those parents into NCIC, and they're going to put bolos out. Then that case agent who's ever charged with being in charge of that investigation is going to put together packets that have all the information related to these subjects, their friends, family, all the relatives, residents that they're associated with, cars they're associated with. That's all going to be divvied out. And then each of those agents or marshals, locals, are going to then have responsibility for handling different parts of the investigation, such as the phones, such as doing the witness interviews. They're going to go back to that residence because they're going to be looking for a possible mistake they made. Did they buy a burner phone and toss the receipt in the trash? So they are going to be going out in full force from all angles to find these two.
Now, Oxford, Michigan, as we know, is not far from Canada. What would happen if the parents did cross the border?
Well, on this task force, there's going to be Homeland Security representatives as well as CBP, and they're going to put out their appropriate alerts. So they are going to be in place for and going to be looking out for both of them, I assure you.
Now, this case, it sounds similar to what happened in the Brian Laundrie case in terms of surveillance. Should the police have been monitoring the parents more closely, and do you need a warrant to surveil?
No, you don't need a warrant to surveil anybody, but this question was answered quite succinctly by the sheriff. He said they did not know that he was going to be charged. And without having charges, you certainly can't arrest anybody. So I think there was a big disconnect between the prosecutor and the law enforcement entities on this matter.
And dozens of schools in Michigan remain closed today due to threats, according to authorities. How will they determine when schools can reopen safely?
Well, they can't be opened until the threat is eliminated. So as long as there are any active threats out there, those schools need to be remain closed. The bigger question is, when are these kids and these educators going to be mentally prepared to return? I know in the Stoneman Douglas situation, my nephew was actually a victim of that. He was there. His friends, one of them was killed. And it takes months for these children to get over this, and some of them years. So it's going to take a whole community effort and a lot of counseling for many of these students to be able to mentally be able to return.
Certainly unimaginable. Well, will the FBI help sift through all the digital evidence, including those text messages between parents and the teen?
Yes, that's one of the biggest resources the FBI has to lend to these types of investigations. And I guarantee that those phones of the mother, the father, and so forth will be turned over to the FBI for forensic analysis. I did want to point out, too, that the father has a technical background and the mother is a realtor. So they have a lot of tools to their disposal in terms of how to stay on the run. She's going to know different houses that might be available, even land areas. In addition, they have strong connections to Jacksonville, Florida. So they're probably going to go someplace they're familiar with.
And we talked a little bit earlier about sort of the surprise the parents were charged in this case. Were you surprised the parents were charged?
I have to say I was surprised from the standpoint, not that I thought after reading all of the evidence against them, they should have been charged. But I was surprised because it's almost unprecedented. certainly in a large shooting situation like this, we just haven't seen the parents held responsible. The Lanza case, Sandy Hook, that was a case where the mother was the registered owner of those weapons, and she was not charged. So yes, I was happily surprised.
Well, that remains to be seen. Jennifer Coffindaffer, former FBI agent, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.